Good morning, traders. It's Perry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It's 4 minutes till 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Unusual FOMC day, right? Usually on Wednesday, but because of the election, they pushed it a day. And thankfully, everything except for the House is resolved. So as we look at, where we're at right now, and I would just say I'm going to probably hit this on my chart, but you can see an obvious uptrend line on these highs. I'm going to extend that out and, you know, probably look for, not that we're going to roll back over because we hit it, but that'll probably limit the upside or potentially limit the upside when it's hit. As you can see, that would be extended. I mean, just eyeballing this, that would probably be around 60, 30 more than likely. So about, uh, 55 points higher than we are right now on the ES. And then looking at this, you can see that the NDX, if you track that as well, it has been making all-time highs, but the futures still haven't made an all-time high. It's at 21, 237.75 is where that all-time high is. And, just look like we're on our way to hit up there, and that'll probably be around that same time that the ES hits resistance as well. And then we'll see if we can push through there. The ES is obviously on that. They're both on a look above, right? It's just that the NASDAQ is on the look. It's still within a previous zone or pivot. It hasn't broke out that all-time high yet. So we'll see. I did not put it up here on my sheet, but we are overbought in all the indexes coming into today. Doesn't mean we can't we can stay overbought for a long period of time. But it just means if you start getting retracements, and I'm not talking about, just a little bit of a pullback. I'm talking about taking back under yesterday's low. And you would have to, for that you would have to look at without the extended session on. You're looking at for the bell trading. So you'd be looking at, getting under 20,640 for the NQ, and you would be looking at getting back under 5,900 for the ES. But until then, you have to assume that because of the structure, that you're gonna keep, one time framing up for probably, I would think, at least two more sessions, including today, and then we'll have to see. They usually don't end on an even number of days, so it would be unusual for today to get back under yesterday's low. That doesn't mean that we can't come close to it sometime during the session, especially if we, flash up. We could end up selling back down today and still end up above yesterday's low. So, as Jack said, at this point in time, until proven otherwise, you're just playing the upside until there's a clear break in trend, and then it'll probably only be a one and done at first when that does happen. So, just, shorts are counter trend at this point in time. So as we look at the overnight session, 26 points, right? Nothing like our 136 from yesterday. And as we look at the Russell, and the Dow, they're already trying to come back in. They're in yesterday's range, while the ES and the NASDAQ are modestly above. You can see that we had those salmon run trades in the ES and the NASDAQ last night, or I'm sorry, the Dow and the NASDAQ last night. But the first thing I'm going to be watching just for today's session, right, and which would be perfectly healthy, is if we trade some of these single prints, if not all of them, sometime during the session. And my guess is that won't happen until FOMC this afternoon, if it even happens then. If you notice that the settlement is still above the top side of value area high as I draw it for everything except for the Russell. So, you could get quite a bit negative and still be fairly positive as long as we remain above 20,800, which if you look at it, that's almost 200 points lower than we're trading right now. You would still be bullish on the bigger time frames, but obviously you would have been able to, maybe catch a counter trend on the way down. And like Jack says, if you do counter trends, don't get greedy with them, right? Just, you're looking probably uh, 25 minutes at the max, which means you should probably be in it no more than like 10 to 12 minutes at any given point in time. Those would be, you're going to have to, use your timer or whatever. But what I'm looking for today is just continuation to the upside during the session. And my guess is that we're going to put in range that is overlapping to higher from yesterday's range. And, you know, it would be healthy if we can get to at least yesterday's high sometime during the session, which should not be too much of a stretch. And then the gap fill would be even healthier if we can get on a pullback. And then, of course, trading these signal prints and then resolving back to the upside will be the most healthy. And we'll just have to go from there. But just play it as you see it. And I'm just looking for maybe two time cycles up or consolidating, and then one down, and we'll have to go from there. Keep in mind this afternoon, once the FOMC comes out, it's going to be, all bets are off for how quick those time cycles go. I mean, you could literally get a 90-second time cycle on there, which is usually a little faster than most of us can trade. I hope this helps. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you tomorrow.